Hello,
Hello,
hello. Hi,
hello.
everyone. This is Dave and Roxanne
Touchdown, Calgary, YYC. We are back
in
after,
our hometown, Calgary, Alberta. After 12 days of being away,
yeah,
yes, it's been an adventure, amazing, fun
yeah,
time in Florida, West Palm Beach. We were there for 11 nights, six days, 7 nights, 6 full days in Date with Destiny with Tony Robbins, and then we spent another couple of nights staying after to plan our year 2025. So we're excited. We're ready.
yeah. And by the way, thanks for tuning in. If you were following us the whole time, we were at the beach at the
Convention.
convention. Thanks for uh, just being with us. And now we're back. We told you we're gonna take you with us. We're back in Calgary. We're excited. There's no snow. We're surprised. There's no snow, which is amazing, but it's probably cold. But we're about to get our bags. But we're gonna share with you our top three takeaways at the Date with Destiny. First of all, it was mind blowing. It was one of the best personal development events I've been
Yeah.
to. The most immersion I've been. They stretch you like, as we said before, till 2 a.m. in the morning. But
2
as
to 3 a.m., 4 a.m. sometimes.
as a
And
result,
yeah.
you go to limits that you thought you never could in your mind, in your energy, in your effort, in your commitment to yourselves, to your goals, right? So there's a lot of things. We're probably gonna unpack the rest of it, but top three. What's the first one?
Yeah. Okay, so this is day 71 of the 90
Yeah,
Days Go Live Challenge. We missed a few days, well, one day yesterday or so. Okay, so the top three takeaways. First one is the power of state.
yeah,
Energy is everything. I've heard about it, but I really didn't understand how important state is. How important the state is, which is state is really like your energy, right? Like it's not just feeling good. It's really like can you change in an instant, right? And I think because of the 6 days full day, 12, 14 hours immersion, I got it.
yeah.
Right?
Let me just explain what state means. For some of you wondering, like when you first heard the state the first time, you really mean you really mean your state is your emotional state, right? Because energy comes from your emotion, right? Sometimes when you're a sad energy, when you're mad, you think that you don't have control over it or you can't change it in an instant. But Tony teaches us that when you're in a good state, you make a decision. You do something 100 times better when you're in a better state. So we
Yeah.
were always taught how to do it, and there's a triad that they taught us, right?
Yeah. So triad is the three things you can change to change your state, right? The first one is your physiology, which is your
Physical, yeah.
body, right? So when you do certain things, when you're in a certain emotional state, good or bad, there's always like associate. Um,
When you're upset,
yeah.
what do you do when you're upset? Because when you're angry,
Yeah.
your body in a certain
So
state when you're up, yeah.
if you change your body, you change your state as well. So that's one thing. The other one is you also change your language, right? So what you say, how you talk. So that's the second triad. The third triad is your focus, what you focus on, right? So it really affects the your state, and that's how you change. You change those three things.
It's really important because energy is everything. Energy is based on how excited or fired up about you are about your life, and you can change it in an instant. But the problem is sometimes it's habitual for us. But you can also change it habitually. And if you think you don't have control of it, you do have control of it. You
Yes.
could just change. We were like, it's crazy. It's like 1 a.m. in the morning, you would be in a tired state. No, but because he taught us how to just tap in the energy and to change your state in a moment, right? We were fired up and excited at 2 a.m. in the morning. And is that important? Yeah, it's very important. It's very important. So one of the biggest things we learn is that if you're mad right now, you can actually change it instantly, right? You have control over it because you have control over your body, you have control over your focus, you have control over what you say. It's hard in the beginning because if you're habitually being controlled by your emotions, right? Oh, I'm angry now. I'm angry for a week. I'm angry for a day or 2 days, right? But think about how your life will change if you're able to train yourself, train your body that you can change it in an instant, right?
Yeah.
It's really, really powerful, you know.
Yeah, it's I've heard about it, but I never really understood what it means. But because of the immersion, right? Like, like I think every couple of like every 30 minutes they or so they make changes on your state, right? So that you have that um, you have that state of like joy, ease, happiness. Like because from there, from that event also, um, another takeaway for me is really like the power of like your values, right?
Going back to the state, sorry, there's a lot about that thing.
Yeah.
It's not only your body. You make a certain sound when you're in a certain state, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because they taught us how. Like, what's the sound of when you're excited?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Make a move when you're excited, right? So you have to act those out to feel that energy, that type of emotion, right? So that's one. And sorry, we're gonna go dive into it. There's a lot, right? So next one, go ahead.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab our bag.
Yeah, well, he's grabbing our bag. Oops, sorry. Okay, 1 second, please. Yeah, David's just getting our two bags there, and we're waiting for our parents to pick us up. Okay. The second takeaway is the power of the values, right? Okay. Hello, Win, Cherry. Hello, hello, morning from Myanmar. What time is it there? Awesome, awesome, Cherry. Um, I think for us, what time is it? Like 10 something p.m.? Sorry?
No picture, no picture is coming. No.
Yeah, so for us, the second takeaway is the power of values. With Tony Robbins, he has this um, exercises where we found out our values, like our like the beliefs, right? And they talk about, it's crazy how I realized that all through my life I've been running on um, success driven um, and also um, admiration and significance, right? And all that. Like sometimes, like I thought, like like sometimes you wanted to make the relationship priority, but the way um, we value things, the way we act things, you realize that you value certain different things, right? So in that 6 days,
Bags.
get a bags, okay. In those 6 days, we change our values. Right? We realized that we had to make changes. I had to make number one value is health, because like I don't really like value health before. Well, I value it, but not as much, right? Yeah, and then value joy and happiness, right? Like to be honest, I'm a happy person. I'm a grateful person, but because sometimes I'm driven with success. I'm driven with certain values. Sometimes you forget to have fun. You forget to like intentionally um just it's a different way, right?
Yeah,
Different.
you know what? My biggest takeaway when we talked about the values, the towards values and the aways values. I don't know if you covered. Did you cover
No,
that?
not yet, not yet.
The towards values and the aways values is that.
Can I message my mom that we're indoor like
Yeah, so my biggest takeaway on the towards values and aways values. Towards values is what's taking you towards your goals, right? Aways values that you have values that are taking you away from your goals, right? My biggest takeaway from that, because when we actually put down what our, like, really be honest, what are our values that's gotten us to where we are, is like success, all those things. Our values are like our freedom. That was my values initially before I kind of tweaked it, right? But my biggest takeaway is I didn't know that we have rules around it.
oh yeah.
The rules on our values, right? To feel successful, what is your rule, right? For us, we make it so hard. Like for some people, the rule to become successful is that, for example, that they earn a certain amount. Right? So if it's like, let's say 200,000 is your is your rules to feel successful, and you're not there yet.
Yeah.
So then it's so hard for you to become successful because it's, well, you're not there yet, then you don't feel like you're a success. So we make our rules around our values so hard to meet it, and you don't meet it every day, right? So freedom, for example, for me, my freedom was that I have quit my 9 to 5 job. All these things before, good thing I hit that now, but before we quit our jobs, my rule for freedom is to quit our jobs. So the longest time, when we didn't quit our jobs, I felt unsuccessful. Earn a certain amount of passive income, right? So it's like, you ask yourself, like, is your like values is driving you right now to achieve things, and what's your rules around it? How do you feel that certain value, right? And we make it so hard. Like one lady there, to feel successful, she needs to have like a business that earns 100,000, that impacts people, that is unique, that is
And
different.
she needs to have a weight goal that she hit this one
Yeah.
and a certain relationship and all that stuff, and she couldn't. And then Tony Robbins was asking her like um like, are you did you hit all of this? And he said no. And that means like it showed us that you're saying that you can't be happy or you can't feel success if you don't hit this one, right?
And so what we learn from that is that, you make because there's difference between, and Josie, I know where you're coming from, because at first like, why is this so hard for me? Because there's difference between value and then your goals. Your goals are completely different. If your goals are 200,000, that's fine.
Yeah.
But successful, that's different than your goals. You
Yeah,
can
Tony Robbins said, make your goals so high to achieve, but make your value so easy to achieve.
The value is what is your fuel that drives you
Yeah.
to hit your goal. So you need to make your value so easy to achieve emotionally on a daily basis.
Yeah.
So you're driven by it. So what do we mean by that, right? So for example, our health, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because now we kind of tweaked our values, that we health first, love next. For me, love next. And so how do we achieve, for example, health, like health, right? So for example, we made it so easy, like, do you have an example?
If you drink water, then I feel healthy. If I take care of myself, if I eat nutritious food, then I'm healthy. And you put it like or, right? Not like and, right? So anytime I feel, anytime I drink water, anytime I'll do it.
Yeah.
Just check the other. Anytime anytime I sleep early, then I feel healthy, right? Not like a specific, um, let's say, 'cause some people I need to feel healthy when I hit certain weight goal, right? Or a certain, if I lose this much weight, right?
So for example, like love, for example, right? For me, we have to should go down our new rules, right? If I express kindness or appreciation to others, then I feel love, or I focus on what I value in someone, then that's, and then I'm expressing love, right? When I spend time connecting deeply or being fully present, then
We
that's
feel love.
intelligence. For example, when I learn something new or seek understanding, then that's another one. So we redefined and changed the rules on how to achieve that on a daily basis.
Yeah.
So we'll be driven by it, fueled by
It
it.
has to be experienced every single day, not just a certain um, feeling someday, right?
Yeah, a someday feeling, because we always say this, like, um, you need to be blissfully dissatisfied, which means that while you're on the way to your goals, you should be happy on the journey. And how do you feel happy if your rules are so hard to achieve it, right? If the values around it is so hard, right? It's just, you're like, until I hit that goal, I'll feel successful, I feel happy, I feel loved. So that was one massive takeaway we have. And the other one, the first time I heard about it, is the away rules, right?
Oh yeah.
What's take away values? What's taking you away from the goals that you have for every area, right? So you have to discover what it was. For me, it was worry. When I start
Oh
to get
yeah.
worried, then I start to procrastinate. When I start to procrastinate, I feel guilty. When I feel guilty, then I stop. What's the third one? Um, then I start to blame others, blame myself. That's the away values, and there's rules around it, right? It's really interesting. So we had to tweak it, and when we tweak that, it's really that one's like that's mind blowing for me. That's the first time I discovered that those are the
Because
values.
a lot of people, all of us, if we're not aware of it, we make it so easy for us to feel bad about ourselves. It's so easy for us to, like for you, it's so easy for you to feel worried. It's like every single day you have that kind of like rules. Tony Robbins mentioned that why do we make it so easy for us to feel so bad about ourselves and so hard to feel good about ourselves, right? And that's really our because it's actually rooted in our values, rooted when we were growing up. Like for me, the away values is more like feeling unloved, feeling overwhelmed, right? So when I recognize that, then now I don't, I catch it every single day, and I change my state, right? That I he has Tony Robbins is so, uh, he taught us how to change it. That I would only indulge in this kind of feeling if one second here. My mom is calling us. Yeah, I think my mom is there now, picking us up. Can you call mom? Yeah, yeah. Like
This is a question by Joe.
um, would you compare rules with habits? Okay. Can you just call the phone number? The phone of mom. Yeah. I should have said values, not rules. Well, rules is actually, yeah, they're together because values. Let's say my values is love, right? I want to feel love, right? But the rules is how do I make myself feel loved, or how can I express love? So rules is basically they're together, right? Because values, let's say, is my value is, let's say, success, right? So success, how do I, and the rules is, how the rules is basically how do I feel success, right? What are the rules? So make the rules so easy. So I feel success when I make progress. I feel success when I just do something a little bit, even just one thing for my goals, right? Okay.
We're gonna wrap up. Sorry guys, because we have our pickup is here now. So my takeaway for that is you need to be able to make the values easy to achieve on a daily basis, so it will fuel you.
The
So
rules for your
what the
values.
rules around your values. So
Yeah.
what do you value? Your health, your love, right? Your intelligence. Again, we tweaked it because we learned from Tony, right?
Yeah.
But you need to make your away values, the worry and all that, so hard that you'll only feel worry. For example, for me,
What's your rules for
so
the away?
my new rules for worry is I can only feel worried if I were to consistently believe in the illusion that I'm not supported, and forget to remember that God has already equipped me with everything I need to overcome challenges, right? Think about that. I can only feel worry if I don't feel like I'm supported, or I forget that God always is there leading me. So we change our rules around
So
it.
there's no way you can feel that anymore.
my,
Yeah,
my,
it's amazing.
my last biggest takeaway, and we're going to end with this, is our primary question. The
Oh,
primary
yeah.
question was massive. What is the question you ask yourself? And that is your focus on a daily basis. What is your primary question? And it's rooted when you were a kid, when you were a child, right? So the primary question, and you don't know, but you ask unknowingly on a daily basis.
Daily
We had to
basis.
discover it. And I discovered that my primary question was that, are we going to be okay financially this month? Even to today, even we're like, and that's why I always worry. Because when I was a child, right, my dad died when I was 3. He was the breadwinner, and we ran out of money. We ran out of money, and until today, that's why my wife always makes fun of me. We have money, we have no money. I'm always
We
worried, right?
always worry regardless how much we make. But what's your new value? A
So,
new
uh,
primary
So we had to
question.
discover that first, and we did an exercise, and now we have to change our primary question to more empowering. So my new primary question is, you know, my new primary question: how can I appreciate more of God's financial blessings in my life right now? I even tweaked it even better. How can I appreciate more? How can I appreciate more of God's
Blessings.
blessings and grace in my life right now? Because it presupposes that God has, you remember that God already blesses you and God's grace is always there, so why worry? Right? So when you say that, you focus, that's your new focus.
Yeah.
How can I appreciate more? That means that God's blessings is there,
Yeah.
but more in this particular moment right now. I want to ask you, what is your primary question? Because that primary question is your focus on a daily
That's
basis, and
and
it
you
happens
you
unknowingly.
you run your life throughout your life. That's how you deal with it every single day, and it's so amazing to see because we did sharing with other people, right? And it's actually like different questions every single time. And for me, I never knew, but it's been running my whole life. Is that how can I be the best? How can I be the best daughter, the best wife, the best mom, the best in everything that I do, and it helped me. But at the same time, it kills my joy, right? That I keep running, like it's always like what's next, and I realize that I don't have to prove anything. I don't have to prove it to anyone. That I am already loved. That I'm already important. That I don't have to be the best, right? I don't have to. I just have to be myself, right? And
What's your new question?
my new question now is, how can I appreciate and enjoy more of God's grace, God's love, and acceptance, unconditional love in my life?
Right now. So
Right.
those are really important. I challenge you, if you're watching this live replay, ask yourself, what is those questions? Because self-awareness is key to get to your next level in your relationship, in your health, in your finances, right? In your goals, right? Because when you're aware, because you are the chokehold of anything in your life to get to the next level. Maybe it's that question that's stopping you. So I hope that helped you.
Hello, hello, Eileen. Yes, welcome back. Yes, we're back in Calgary.
We're
Uh,
excited to share this within our mentorship group.
Hi, Wells. Hi, Franco. Thank you, thank you. Anthony, Josie, awesome, awesome. Sister Donna, Carmela, awesome. Thanks, guys. Yes. Yeah, so many nuggets. Like, I think each each topics actually deserve like I don't know, a whole day of
Yeah.
teaching, because like even us, like we didn't really wrap it until like, because it's always like being um, we saw like examples of people like Tony Robbins, like always have interventions and ask questions, ask people like live, and they will share their stories, and we see them in our lives as well.
All right, thanks for tuning in, everybody. We're gonna, grab some of our notes in the next couple of weeks or so. There's a ton of them. We're gonna share it with you. But thanks for tuning in. Roxanne's Prince here to pick us up. We're back in Calgary. That is another episode of our Go Live for our 90-day Go Live. God bless everybody.
God bless you. Take care. Bye.